on April 13th. It happened to be the same day that Roosevelt died. But we were all semi-relaxed around all of the gun emplacements and the big guns and all. And I felt like taking pictures. And I took 2 or 3 rolls of pictures of most everybody in the platoon. Many who were killed in the next day or the day after that. But unfortunately, somewhere I lost those film. And I have always regretted that because some of the pictures were of those people that were killed. We advanced about 600 yards, and we were exposed to Germans everywhere. We could see the Germans running around on the hill right next to us, to our right. And from below, we were getting mortar fire. But we kept moving ahead, and all of a sudden, there wasn't anybody behind me. The rest of the company got lost. And somebody above me said, "Hey, go back and make contact with those people." Because I could see all these Germans running around on the next hill shooting at us, I dropped my mortar because I couldn't run very fast with a mortar on my back, and it took off to try and make contact with the rest of K Company. I got about halfway there, and the Germans started shooting at me. But there was a big German foxhole, about 4 feet deep, quite a large one. And I dived into it. And I hadn't been in it for more than 2 minutes when an 88 shell landed right on the parapet of my foxhole, lifted me about 2 feet, scared the hell out of me, and I stayed there for maybe another hour before I dared to raise my head and get out. And I finally did get up, and I ran back and made contact with the company and jumped in my own foxhole. And about that time, I learned that everybody was retreating from the front. There had been so many casualties down on the people in front of me that they were retreating back to 913. This is the day when I thought, boy, I want to take off. I want to keep running. But I didn't. I think that's the day I grew up. And I think I realized that if I took off, I probably would not be much of a man the rest of my life. And if I better stay there, and whatever came, I better stay there. And I stayed. And I'm glad I did, but it was very, very difficult to stay there. And I think I can understand how, under what circumstances, a lot of these people did take off, although I've often wondered how the rest of their lives went, always knowing that they had gone AWOL. I really think that was the one defining moment of my life when I decided that I had to face whatever the world had in front of me, and that's what I did. And I'm delighted that I did not go back. On 913, in my platoon, there were only 2 privates that weren't wounded, killed, or had gone AWOL. It was Don Kent and myself. We had 10 killed and 30 wounded, that day. It was a bad day. After I dug my foxhole on 913 that evening, I set up my mortar, and the cap of my mortar was just shredded by shrapnel. And that cap had saved me from getting wounded and saved me from getting Purple Heart. When you get in battle, somebody starts shooting at you. I mean, all you can think of, how do I save my neck? You kept your head down, you kept going forward, and if the mine had been under me, I would have known it, but it wasn't. If the burp gun or the machine gun was aimed at me, I would have known it too, but it wasn't.